Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, and in today's video I want to talk about floral fragrances that are definitely worth trying. So if this is something that you're into, then please stay tuned. And I want to start with my latest discovery, and it's a fragrance called Rouge by Balmain. And I know it came out around a year ago, but for some reason I never heard about it, and I heard about it earlier this month, and I ordered it from Mercari. The shipping took forever, but it's finally here. It's a little sample, and I sprayed it and it was so amazing right from the opening, and I really now I'm in love with this fragrance, so I'm including it in this video. And today it's my fragrance of the day. And the color of the bottle really perfectly describes the juice, because it's very kind of like carnal, it's sexy, it's seductive, it's exotic, it's tropical. It's like you're on some kind of luscious tropical holiday. That's what you would imagine like a very confident woman going out would smell like. So it opens up with lots of florals, some kind of spiciness, and a little bit of greenness. And I know there are no really green notes in this fragrance. There's asmanthus, there's lily, there's magnolia, some iris, and ylang ylang, and georgia wood. And I pick up on lily, lots of lily, definitely ylang ylang, maybe some magnolia. But the rest, like, I don't really smell. Maybe asmanthus, because it's kind of like a very sweet type of fragrance. And I was surprised that there's no vanilla, because I thought, this is such a smooth combination that I thought that this fragrance would also have something, to smooth it out like vanilla, but it doesn't have it. This fragrance doesn't lack anything. It's very smooth, it's creamy, it's just really, really beautiful, and I love it, and I highly suggest you try it. And also I would note that it does kind of smell like a designer perfume, because it has this kind of perfumey quality about it, but it's so subtle, and I feel like it's negligible, like I don't care about it. I really love it still, and I would definitely get a full bottle for myself. And with that, I really highly suggest you try Rouge by Balmain. And so what would be the next fragrance? And let's make it Baciami, I think it's called. And Baciami smells like gardenia and vanilla. I think there are only two notes, and that's exactly what it smells like. And in opening, it kind of gives me like a candy like quality. It smells like a candy, and it's also fun because the bottle is in the form of a candy, so it's definitely very flirty, very feminine, very happy and uplifting type of smell. And I think this fragrance is best suited for spring and summer, just because it will really, really beautifully open up in heat, in humidity, and very like kind of tropical weather. So I highly suggest to try this fragrance for lovers of gardenia, for lovers of vanilla, if you like something simple but at the same time elegant, and just if you want to smell good, and if you don't want to smell complicated or like think about your fragrance of the day, you just grab Baciami and you go and you smell good, and everybody will think that you smell good. So that was the review of Baciami. And the next fragrance I want to talk about is Carnal Flower. And Carnal Flower was my discovery in December, and it just blew my mind. I knew that I'm intrigued by the note of tuberose. I like the note of tuberose, but this kind of took it to the next level. It smells like a green, kind of luscious type of tuberose. It's very interesting. I feel like there's eucalyptus, I think, and there's melon or something like that, and it makes this kind of like a green, but there's also this very like creamy and just smooth tuberose. So in my mind it smells amazing. It's a really, really good tuberose fragrance. It's a masterpiece when it comes to tuberose. But I would warn you to maybe not start out with this fragrance if you're just trying to get into the note of tuberose, because I feel like it's very heady, it's very loud tuberose. So if you're just starting out with this note, it might be like too intimidating and too much for you. But if you're already kind of experienced with note of tuberose and you feel like you do like note of tuberose usually, then definitely give this one a chance. And what's next? The next will be Greenwich Village by On No. 9, and this is like a spring in a bottle for me. It smells kind of like in the same realm as Balmain Rouge. It has this like airy quality about it, but it's more spring forward and natural smelling. Balmain Rouge, and it has note of lychee, peony, so it's very like watery and fruity and floral in the opening, but in the base there's this very, very delicious mix of ambroxan, vanilla, and praline, and it gives this fragrance like kind of like a caramelized quality. And when this base is mixed with the florals and the fruitiness of lychee, I feel like it just gives you a very sophisticated and good smelling perfume. It's also very easy reach, you know, it's perfect for any occasion, any kind of like day or night, it doesn't really matter. You're just gonna smell good with this, and you don't really need to think about it anything when you wear it, just because it's, you know, kind of like an easy reach. Like I've said, it's not too heady. Like for example, Rouge by Balmain may be like too heady and you might want to kind of dial it down when you go to work, for example, but with this I feel like you're not gonna offend anybody and you're just gonna smell good. So that was Greenwich Village. And the next fragrance, I could not actually exclude this fragrance out of this video because it's one of the best florals, but I also feel bad talking about it again because I feel like I've been featuring this fragrance in my past videos, like almost in every video. But what you're gonna do, it's one of the best fragrances, so I'm gonna talk about it, and it's Delina Exclusif. And Delina Exclusif, you know, smells like rose, it smells like kind of lychee, and there's something sweet, and there's also woods, and it's amazing. If you like rose, you have to try it. It's slightly powdery rose, but it's also like a perfume that will give you confidence. It smells like you're surrounded by the rose petals and you're just swimming in this, you know, rose petals, and it's just so good, and you need to try it if you like rose. And the next fragrance is Féminin by Micallef, and I tried this fragrance last May, I think, when it just came out, and I really loved it. This fragrance is for those who love orange blossom, and you also have to not mind the petitgrain, you know, this greenness and tartness that comes from this note. It's definitely pretty like green and sharp in the opening, but I feel like it goes away quickly and you're left with lots of orange blossom, some jasmine to smooth it out. There's vanilla and musk in the dry down. It's a really beautiful orange blossom forward fragrance. It's, you know, first and foremost orange blossom, and the rest of the notes are kind of supporting notes. So if you're a fan of orange blossom, and if you like Sintra by Memo, or if you like Love Don't Be Shy, but you did not like this kind of sweetness that comes with it, you just want a natural smelling orange blossom, definitely try All Feminine. And the next fragrance is Cassili by Parfums de Marly, and this is like a very feminine and spring type of scent for me. Reminds me of kind of like floral dress that you wear, and it's very warm and nice outside. To me, it smells kind of like peach, even though there is no peach note listed, but I still think there might be something that smells like peach here, because that's what I get. It smells like a fruit kind of punch. It's fruity, it's floral, and slightly like powdery a little bit due to that mimosa in the notes. And there's also plum and frangipani, and I feel like frangipani makes this fragrance slightly like warm and solar and tropical, but it's not overly tropical, you know. It's definitely not like the other floral fragrances that lean heavily tropical. This one, you know, there's just slight hint of frangipani. So I feel like if you like peach fragrances but that are not like too peachy or too in your face, then you need to try Cassili. And in the base there's beautiful vanilla with tonka bean. It's just really beautiful scent, good for everyday, good for signature scent, super beautiful. It is one of my favorite floral scents. And the next fragrance is Scandal, and it's a very bold, sweet, and almost gourmand and addictive type of fragrance. It opens up with lots of honey, kind of like honeyed caramelized gardenia. There's also jasmine and vanilla and maybe some caramel in the dry down, but overall, to me, this is like a very sweet and addictive floral perfume. You know, it's very heavy and heady, but at the same time, I feel like it's suitable for everyday wear. It's not too much. Like, it's definitely on the sweeter side, so you have to not mind that. And maybe don't spray too heavy if you're going somewhere like to work or like some kind of meeting where it will be like a closed space. But overall, I feel like if you're outside and if you're not spraying too much, this is definitely not a heavy fragrance, and it's appropriate for everyday wear. So if you like gardenia, jasmine, and like those like kind of caramelized and sweet accords, then I feel like you'll love Scandal. And also, like, it's, you know, pretty like affordable compared to the rest of the fragrances that I have discussed in this video. And the last but not least, actually one of my favorite scents, is Quatro Pizzi. And Quatro Pizzi, it's an addictive and really good and kind of tropical tuberose scent. It has tuberose, coconut, a little bit of hay. There's also a little bit of tobacco. It's really beautiful aromatic type of tuberose, and this coconut really makes it special. It makes it unique and not like the other scents, and it makes it very summery and vacation appropriate and kind of tropical, because, you know, the main notes I smell here are tuberose and coconut, and there's some spiciness from the Havana. In the opening, it's kind of prominent, the spiciness, but it definitely becomes more subdued, and it goes away when it kind of dries down, and So you're left with really, really beautiful tuberose and coconut scent with some hints of like hay, maybe a little bit of tobacco, but those are kind of like supporting and they make this fragrance more unique, but they're not too prominent for me. The tuberose and coconut are the most prominent notes, so I really highly suggest to try Quattro Pizzi as well. So I really hope that this video was helpful. I really hope that you were able to find some fragrances that you're interested in, and please share in the comments what are your favorite floral scents and what perfumes are you excited to wear come spring and summer, and you know, just overall please share your opinions. And I want to ask you if you're a fan of florals or you don't really love them. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye!